Hey friends, what's up? Philip here with Points of Philip, and I'm here because, well, I recently made a flight, and if you're like me, and whenever you do fly, you kind of notice that you see a lot of credit card ads every once in a while. And every once in a while, one of those credit card in-flight offers can be actually good enough to consider. Let's get into it. But before we do, I want to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Doing that helps me and YouTube know that what I'm doing is helpful for people like you. And of course, then that means that more and more people view the content, something I really appreciate. So anyway, thanks so much for doing that. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the Citi Platinum Select credit card and why I think you might actually want to try this in-flight offer. So I just recently flew to Charlotte, and so I picked up this little pamphlet here. And this offer has a lot of really interesting things. So first of all, for those of you that don't know, so this card is with the Citi Platinum Select card. It has a $99 annual fee, but it's waived for the first year. And the standard offer currently is at 50,000 American Airlines miles. And so that's a good offer-ish, right? It's kind of, it's the base offer. Now, I was targeted specifically for an individual mailer for 80,000 points, but if you just fly on an airline, American airline flight, and you get one of these brochures, you get 80,000 points. Now, here's the kicker. You can do it after spending $1,000 in purchases over the first 3 months. So just to put that in perspective, if the 50,000 standard offer for this card, you have to spend $2,500 on purchases in the first 3 months. And so not only is this offer significantly higher points-wise, but it's also significantly lower when it comes to the minimum spend required for this card. Here's the thing though, and as if that wasn't interesting enough, this actually comes with 0% APR financing for a couple of months. And so I remember they were talking, yeah, here we go. So this comes with 0% APR financing for 15 months. And so this is on balance transfers only. So that's kind of a consideration, right? So balance transfers only is kind of insane. So if you're someone who already is kind of in a situation where you're actually reliably kind of paying interest on a credit card, this could be a good way to kind of get out of it. 15 months is a great kind of breathing room. You can actually take, so let's say you're paying $150 a month in interest. You can take that $150 and actually put it toward your principal, and hopefully over that 15 months, you're actually either paying it down completely or getting a significant chunk of that done. And so not only is this card offer, the in-flight credit card offer, better in points, it's better in spend, but it also has a balance transfer, APR kind of gimme. So this is a huge, huge offer. All right, so before we get too far into the video, I want to talk to you about today's sponsor, and that's actually me, Points of Philip. I want to talk to you about two things. First of all, I have a newsletter that goes out every Friday morning, and that's where I keep you updated on the latest news and credit cards, points, and miles. And then in addition to that, I also have a space where I tell you guys about bank offers on credit cards that I really think are worth considering. And so American Express, Chase, and Capital One, they have really great offers where you can earn substantial points back for making purchases on that card. And I kind of check out there, I check what's available, check what's out there, and I let you guys know about them in my newsletter. So anyway, that's if you are interested in that, there's a link in the description below to sign up for that. But in addition to that, we also offer credit card consultations. And so this is something where, like, if you're someone who really kind of wants to help, get some more help with talking about, where you should be going with your credit card points and miles journey, and you kind of want to figure out like how you can make certain travel goals happen, I do offer a couple different kinds of consultations that are available again in the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and let's get back into the video. And so I know a lot of those kind of like, especially with Delta, they kind of just give you like their standard offer. Like if you have the gold card, they love to throw the 60,000 points at you or something like that. And so, this is actually a good offer worth considering. So, whenever you're evaluating an in-flight offer, you always need to consider, first of all, is this offer better than what I can get anywhere else? And, then kind of do with it what you will. And so that's really great. And so one of the things that the flight attendant very helpfully stressed was that you and your significant other can actually apply and both get the 80,000 points. And so that's also kind of nice. So if you are open to, opening up 2 credit cards between you and your significant other, you can get 160,000 points that you can kind of do some things with, and you can do some really good things with 160,000 American Airlines points. And so it's a good card. Now let's take a look at the standard parts of this card. So we talked about the annual fee, $99, but it's waived in the first year, which is nice. Now the multipliers is pretty similar or standard for an airline card. No airline card earns that well. And so this one gets 2x on gas stations, 2x on restaurants, and then 2x on purchases directly made with American Airlines. And so that's a pretty decent change, or chunk of change, right? It's decent, right? It earns 1x on everything else now, specifically for an airline, because it earns on some things that you probably spend every day on, which is great. And then it also comes with a $125 American Airlines in flight discount, but you do have to spend $20,000 on a card in order to get that. And so that may not be worth it. Now, the biggest benefit of this card is that it gets you your first checked bag completely free for you and up to 4 other people traveling with you on the same reservation. Now, that is for domestic itineraries. And so that's kind of a consideration. You do need to think about, am I traveling internationally? Do I actually get free checked bags? So you do need to make sure to note that. You do also get no foreign transaction fees, and there's kind of an all-time kind of a special offer on up to $180 back on Turo, where you can earn, I think it's $30 in statement credits for each eligible Turo trip completed through October 18th of 2026. And so $30 off every single trip is pretty great because, that's not bad for a card that's $99 a month, or $99 a year, sorry. And so this is really great. Now, one of the things I do love is that you earn 1 loyalty point per dollar that you spend on this card. And so if you're someone who is trying to get American Airlines loyalty, this is huge, right? Being able to get kind of access to kind of that sort of loyalty status, you can spend your way to status on this card pretty quickly. And so that's kind of a key consideration we need to think about here. And so this card, it's really good. It's a solid offer. It's a great offer. Now, let's take a look at kind of where it stands in kind of the area of where it is. So we have the Delta Gold Card. So the Delta Personal Gold Card, this gets you, so the standard bonus for this card is 50,000 bonus miles after you spend $2,000 in the first 6 months of card membership. So that's actually pretty easy to get. But then it has the annual fee is $150, but it's waived for the first year. And so that's nice too. Now this one earns you 2x on dining also, 2x on groceries, 2x on Delta purchases, and 1x on everything else. And so this one shifts the groceries for the gas with the City card. But you do have some interesting things. So you can you have to spend $10,000 in the card in a year, and you get $200 off in Delta flight credit. And then this actually, so the Delta card has a cool little feature where you can save 15% off of points bookings. And so let's say if a ticket costs 100,000 points, you only would have to spend 85,000 points if you held the card. And so that's really nice too. It also comes with a $100 Delta Stays credit, which you actually do have to make the booking through this Delta Stays portal. But then you just make the booking, charge it to the Delta card, and then you get that statement credit, back to you. Now, of course, that one offers the free check bag as well. And so that's really nice. And then you get 20% back on in-flight purchases, which is also really good. So that's a solid card too. All right, now let's take a look at the other one. So of the big three, we're kind of going to round it out. This is the United Explorer card. So this card here comes with a standard bonus of 60,000 United miles. And that's after you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months the account is open. And then you can also get an extra bonus of 10,000 miles per additional user you add to the card, which is nice. This one actually earns you 7x miles on United purchases, so that's really a solid earner if you're doing United. But now they do kind of tranche that out, so it's 2x on the card and then 5x just for being a United member. So they're kind of playing a little bit of math games there. But this one might be a good travel card because it earns 2x on hotel stays booked direct, 2x on dining, and then 1x on everything else. This one also gives you the free check bag thing, priority boarding, which is also kind of a feature of each of the cards that we're talking about. And then you get $500 in annual partner credits. So you get $100 in United travel credits after you spend $10,000 in the first year or each year. And then you get $100 in credits annually on prepaid hotel stays booked directly through United Hotels. and then $60 per credit calendar year when you pay for rideshare purchases, and then $50 in United Travel credits annually as well. So there's a couple different others, but so this card really does have a lot of really cool benefits. And so anyway, that's kind of where all these airline cards are at. Let me know in the comment section below if you think this in-flight offer is worth considering. Anyway, I can't wait to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great day. Bye.